Mr. Yeah, I'm gonna sue you, but we can settle on a court for $25 right here.
$25?
Yeah, $25.
$25?
$25.
Oh no. I'm on teacher salary.
Corbin, that's like a whole hour of his tutoring.
Yeah. No, that's like 20 minutes of my tutoring.
It was worth a shot.
It's 75 an hour.
No, I make 150 an hour.
What are these rates, Mr. Yang? What the?
Huh?
150 an hour?
Wait, is that
No, I do 120, 150 an hour per person. No, just one person. One person.
Mr. Yeah, are you teaching us because you like us?
Yeah, I'm volunteer here. All right, so let's start with question 20. Sorry, 16, sorry. Question 16. I want you to look at it and make sure you think about your answer is correct or wrong. This one's kind of tricky, though. I want you to think about it. Question 16. Your homework?
About 15.
Well, because I thought about it.
I did all the homework.
I thought about it like
Hey, Mr. Gibbs,
I did it like this. I'm wrong. I'm gonna take the conservative.
I did all that like.
That I wanna.
Tony!
Shut up.
All right, so
get that. So once you get to this point, it's only negative, and once you're at this point,
okay, Ethan, have a seat. It's okay. So your related rate, I'm gonna help you to 60, but only condition is you have to be one of those students always finish your homework. If not, then I can help it whatever I want. I can help you 40, 50, whatever. That's up to me. So there's a perk for doing homework, especially now. All the homework that you're gonna do right now is all gonna to our AP exam. There's a lot of points. So today I'm gonna give you back related rate. I'm gonna give you an issue of related rate test and your test on a derivative. Go back, make sure you know how to do those. But from now on, it's all conceptual or very easy AP questions. Especially, I give you multiple choice. A lot of people I feel like a lot of people, I give you multiple choice. You just pick a random answer. You feel like that's the right answer. I think you need to put more effort in that. I only see, out of the last period, I only see 2 students got question 16 correct. On this period, I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys got it correct. But question 16 are a little bit more difficult than the other one. But they are actually not hard. Okay, let's take a vote of your answers. How many of you guys pick A? Raise your hand if you pick A.
For 15 or 16?
16. You pick A? Okay. How many people pick B? 1. Okay, how many people pick C? Or Josh, okay, 1. Elaine is pick B as well. Okay, how many people pick B?
B or D?
D. Sorry, I can't read my letter. How many people pick E? Only 2 students got it right in here. Same thing as like any other periods. Avidash, good job. And Tony got it?
Yeah.
Tony got it? I'm surprised.
Right, because he asked for the academy, bro.
No.
Oh,
I gave him the answer.
I didn't even answer it, so
I did the opposite.
yeah, so you can think about it.
Now, why do people pick A? And how do you think of a right answer? I'm gonna give you a systematic approach. Now, for me, I always let students struggle first. I think struggle is good, but if you just go with gut. Let's say, I feel like the answer is like whatever, right? Answer is like D or whatever, and the gut instinct is you're not trying to solve the problem. You should create a logic why your answer is that way. Okay, why your answer is that way. Simon, I haven't seen you for like 3 days. Where are you? Okay, so the answer is 16. The correct answer I already told you. But why is that way? So I want students to struggle first. Create their own logic. You have to be able to create your own logic and think of things. Now your logic might be wrong, but that suffering is good. That suffering of thinking what is correct answer. Most of you guys spend 1 minute on this question. All of my best students spend 5 to 6 minutes on this question. And they come in to talk to me after school. It's like, Mr. Ye, how is this question work? Like, for example, Nathan, he got 100 on the last related test. He come in, it's like, I don't under 16. Can you help me with 16? That makes sense because he already struggled 5-6 minutes and you still cannot come up with the logic. And that's okay. But if you spend 1 minute on this question, that's where you're going to get a 1 on your test. So think about your own logic. Why the answer is E. Now I'm going to show you a systematic approach. Systematic approach is like the teacher is going to tell you step 1 do this, step 2 do this. Now I also want people intuitively understand how it works. Why the answer is E. So Avidash, you got it correct. So how do you come up the answer is E?
So for the left half, the derivative is positive, and then for the other half, it's negative. So it would be, yeah, the slope would be increasing for the first half and decreasing.
Actually, he did a perfect explanation. How do you come up with that logic? Did you struggle? No. You think it's easy? Okay, good. Nobody help you. Okay, good. So that's how I need to know. So here's what he said. And I'm going to show you a systematic approach is look at this graph is f prime of x. That's not f of x graph, right? So they want you to use f prime of x graph to predict what happened in the original function. Now what I would do is I would draw a number line on the f prime of x. So I have a graph, I translate to a number line. Now I'm going to check this line, are they above or below x-axis? So if it's above x-axis, my f prime of x is positive. Does that make sense? Below x-axis, my f prime of x is less than 0. It's equal to 0, then it's 0. So that means I have a critical point at 0. Before that, I have a positive because I have above x-axis. After that, I have below x-axis. So that's increasing and this decreasing. I just say what he's saying, but I write it in a number line so for you to see. Now that also tells me 0 is a maximum because increasing, decreasing. The only one that does that is E. All other one does not make sense because here is f prime of x is strictly positive. Here is f prime x is strictly negative. I hear it's negative, positive. It's here positive, negative, positive, negative. So there are 4 things. So the only answer that makes sense is E. You guys doing okay? Do you understand it better? So next question, I want more than 2 people got it correct. Next question is 15. Think about it before you tell me answer. You should change your answer from yesterday. Or you might not have to change it if you got it right from yesterday. But before you shout an answer, think about it first. Don't shout it because I wanna take a vote of how other people think. Did you do homework?
Watch the video.
Where's it work?
No.
Oh, you did. Okay. Were you sick yesterday? You pull.
I volunteered to like really late the night before, and I was snoozing my alarm once.
You pull Austin. I say you pull Austin. Okay, let's take a vote. Anybody pick A? Raise your hand. Anybody pick a B? Raise your hand. Anybody pick a C? D? And E? Okay, good. Everybody pick a right answer. If you do a number line test, check are they above or below. Before 0 is a 0 here. Sorry, there is a critical number there. There's a critical number here. So this is below, this is above, and this is below. So it'll be decreasing, increasing, decreasing. So the only one that's that is B. Very good job. So on the analyzing question is good. So let's pick 13. By the way. Okay, 13. Am I streaming? Remind me to turn the stream off. It's pretty easy. You should not overthink it, but a lot of people get it wrong. Again, this is f prime x. Elaine, what do you think? You still keep your answers B? Yeah. Okay. Kaiwen, what'd you get? B. Anybody think it's B? Raise your hand. Oh, you guys have wrong answer.
No. It's over. Once the guys, so just something now we don't.
This is the f prime x graph.
Is it E? Oh, it's
See, you refuse to think. I give you a choice to change your answer. You refuse to think about it. See, this is your problem on your SAT. Is you don't spend time to evaluate something. You think your first intuition's right. And the problem of people go with that intuition usually are wrong. So you had to think about logic that provide that intuition. So you cannot just, because you are so confident about yourself. That's the problem. The problem is that confidence without logic, then that's scary. Like my son, same thing. My son yesterday, I was holding a pressure washer, and he's like, "Is that water salt?" He's like, "Why are you holding a water salt?" I'm like, "Why didn't you think that's a water salt first place?" Now, first of all, if you're not sure you're for sure not knowing that's a water salt, why didn't you just ask what that object is? The problem with him is he stays so confident about he believed that it's the right thing, and he don't even bother to ask. So sometimes he would ask, he would think the stupidest thing. Like I got really mad. He looked at a lamp. He's like, "This is chandelier." I'm like, "No, you dumbass, it's not a chandelier." If you don't know, ask, "Is this a chandelier?" You ask the question, you think about it. Questions are more important than the solutions. Always question yourself whether your logic is right. I think like I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson the other day. He was saying this though. He says is intellectually lazy if we just says that intellectually lazy if we just don't think about things. Like for example, is a flat earth wrong or right? The right answer you should think about is not whether they are right or wrong. You should think about what is right and what is wrong. Okay? No, this is a really big difference. So people tell you the earth is flat. You can tell them says, well, then if you just keep on walking straight, you should fall off the earth, right? If the earth is flat. Right? So he said you provide a logic to the counter and to counter their thinking. So you have to think about those things. So instead just say they are, because sometimes they could be right, other people could be right. So that evaluation whether right or wrong is so important. You cannot just say, oh yeah, people say flat earth is wrong. But you have to be able to provide a logic says why the flat earth is wrong. So that is not being intellectually lazy. A lot of you guys choose to be intellectually lazy. Just go with the gut. You're not thinking why that gut feeling is right or wrong. There's a big difference though. Okay, so understand that. So the answer is E. Why is it E? Because you do a number line test. If you want a systematic approach, and that's going to be 0, and that's going to be positive, and that's negative. Now, here's the thing. What is x equal to 0 in the original graph? It's what?
It's not a maximum.
That's a relative maximum. Not absolute, but it's relative. Okay? Got it? Don't be intellectually lazy. Actually go process what is right answer. So question 8. I'm not going to be intellectually lazy. I'm going to ask you even better problem than question 8. I'm going to modify this problem a little bit further. I'm going to say there is a maximum somewhere, and you got to tell me where. Not only I'm going to ask you A, B, C, D, E. It did happen somewhere, but where? Which x value offer you a relative maximum? Don't shout your answer. I want you to think about it. Don't be intellectually lazy. This is no longer a graph. This is a chart. On AP exam, you had to be able to do 3 things. You had to be able to do algebra, for sure. That can get you a 3. In order to get 4 and 5, you have to be able to read the graph and table and equation. That's a 4. If you can think about all the conceptual question, that's a 5. This is kind of both. It's a table you never seen before. Where does relative maximum occur? That's even better question, rather than pick an answer there. I know Avadash knows what the answer is. I need the rest of you guys to find out. Okay, so you got it? Cool. Don't be intellectually lazy. Don't wait for other people come up with an answer. You be the one to come up with an answer. Good job. However, I'm not gonna pick Chase. I'm gonna pick Catherine. Because she tried to avoid my eye contact. She tried to look down so I don't call on her.
I'm looking at the question.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
Okay. Maximum, it has to like go down, right? Like the next value. But I don't really know, like, you know.
Don't be intellectually lazy. Think. I'm gonna ask Elaine.
Would it be B?
Would it be D? Okay, good. But where?
Would it be all the zeros?
Corbin?
Would it be at x equals 2?
X equal to 2 is excellent. Corbin, can you explain to everybody why x equal to 2?
You can see that it's it's the at x equals 1 positive, the y value is positive, and then right after x equals 2 it goes to negative, which means that it would be going, the actual graph would be going up and then immediately going back down.
Which is before from 1 to 2 is going to be positive. At 2 is going to be a horizontal tangent, and then after 2 it's going to go down. Catherine, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, like it makes sense. I just don't know how to like, you know, just like get to that. You know.
Yeah, but you have to, that's why I'm saying you have to come up with the logic that makes sense to you. And if it doesn't come up with logic, then you're always going to struggle with the same problem.
Like, how did you choose H?
Now, you come up with good questions now. So, remember, I told you that one mathematician says we should value questions more than we value answers. How? Right? So let's look at all the possibilities. If you look at the first possibility, it's f prime of x. You got 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 1.5, 1, 0.5. Do they ever go to negative? So the functions keep on going up. I wish my stock portfolio was like this. I won't be teaching here. I'll be at Leos. I can turn $100 to $1,000. Really easy. I can turn 1,000 to 10,000. I can turn 10,000 to whatever. So I wish my stock portfolio was that way. It's not true. My stock portfolio is more like all negative signs, but that's besides the fact. So on the second one, g of x is decreasing, decreasing, decreasing because all negative, and stop increasing, increasing, increasing. It has a relative minimum rather than relative maximum. Now, if you see h of x negative, stop, negative, that's kind of like my stock portfolio. It's like going down, stop, it's like, wait, it's going to go back up. No, it's going to go down again. It's like, psych, go down more. Right? Simon knows what I'm talking about. That's how the Simon stock portfolio too. So and then it stopped. Soon as I stopped and I saw everything, and the price, the value go up, and that's what actually happened. So that is a relative min at 0 and relative max at 2. Not only that, I can tell you everything. So you have to think about all those things. So being logically thinking about those. Next question on your things that's worth go over is 7. For what value of k, what'd you guys get the answer for this one? D is wrong.
I got E.
I put E.
E is right. Now, relative minimum at x equal to 2. Now, relative minimum only occur at where? Relative maximum, relative minimum only occur where?
When it goes from negative to positive.
Not necessary. Or yes, or negative to positive. But negative relative minimum and relative maximum only occur where? Which number? Well, yeah, it's at 2, but which type of number? What?
Critical number.
Critical number. So that means it only occur at a critical number because that's where the horizontal line tangent is, right? So that means f prime of x is equal to 0, so it'll be 2x. This one is going to equal to x squared plus kx to the negative 1. So it'll be negative kx to the negative 2. So if I plug in 2, it should get a 0, because if I plug in 2, that should be 0. Does that make sense? So 4 equal to k over 4. So k equal to 16. Boom, done. E. You guys doing okay here? Okay. 6. Don't be lazy. Kind of think about it. Draw it out. Use a systematic approach. Think about where this f has relative maximum. This time I'm gonna ask min.
Oh shoot.
Oh shoot, you had to think now.
I made the same mistake as I did on number 1.
Yep, that's why I asked you. Now, some people come out of logical thinking that's wrong. Now you have to learn to modify it. Like modify your thinking. Min, what do you think?
Would it be 0? I don't know how to explain it yet, though.
Would it be 0? Okay, Catherine, what do you think? 1. Okay, Ding, what do you think? 1. Kaiwen, what do you think? Corbin, what do you think?
-2.
Irvi, what do you think? Simon?
I put 1 originally, but I think it's
Aiden? -2 is right. Min, you refuse to modify your thinking. Because I already told you what's the right way to do it. What's the right way to do it? Number line test. Just spend some time to draw it. At -2 is a positive because it's above x-axis. At 1, it's going to give you 0, but before that, it's going to be negative and still negative. So it'd be increasing, decreasing, decreasing. -2 is the one that go up and come back down. -2 is the right answer. Kaiwen, does that make sense? Catherine? Modify your thinking. If he doesn't modify, that's where you become obsolete. So always wanting to modify your thinking. That's not being intellectually lazy. Okay, let's go to other questions that you might have problem with. The question 9, a lot of people make mistake. What do you think the answer is? This one's a really hard problem. I mean, talking about really hard, it doesn't have too many words, but each word means something. Huh? You got A? You too? Everybody got A? You got E. First of all, this question is so difficult. It's so few words, every words count. First of all, the most important word in right here is what? Minimum value. That means the x value, y value. Y. Of the derivative of f of x. So how many derivatives you had to take?
Be two.
2. Why 2?
A derivative of the derivative.
Because if you just ask minimum value, you already had to take a derivative, you do number line test. But the problem is they didn't want the f of x. They want the minimum value of the f prime of x. So then is f prime of x is equal to what? 15x to the 4th plus 20x to the 3rd, right? F double prime of x is equal to what? 60x to the 3 plus 60x to the 2. So take out 60x squared and then x plus 1, right? So x equal to -1. Number line test. -1, 0. 60x squared, x plus 1. If you're going to test this, this is positive all the way. If you test this, it's going to be what? Negative, right? Positive, 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 negative. Minimum value occur at where? -1, but it's -1? No!
What the y value? You plug it back in.
What a god. This question is not very expensive.
Wait, where's... Oh, they say x equal to.
Yeah.
Oh, x equal to -1. Oh. That does screw me up. X equal to. So -1 is the only answer. If they ask you minimum value, except cross it out when x equal to, I think the answer will be a different answer. Will be a -2, I think.
I got it right, but I got -1 goes to -5, so then I circled -5.
Oh,
So I looked at the wrong number. I put the value.
oh, yeah. Now 10 is B because if you take a derivative is I is not a critical number because I is complex. However, if you guys are interested, I have a YouTube video shows you how to graph I in a real, like where is the 0 look like? It's blow your mind.
You can do that.
You can do lots of things. The 11C. What were you guys thinking?
Just trying to think of what kind of things you can do.
Oh, you.
Okay, so the answer is C because if you do chain rule, the answer is gonna be I will do chain rule here. F of x is equal to 1 minus x squared to the -1. So f prime of x equal to -1, 1 minus x squared to the -2 times -2x, because don't forget about quotient rule. I mean chain rule. So that is going to be positive 2x over 1 minus x squared. So the nice thing about this is you got 3 critical numbers, 0, -1, 1. And you got 2x and the 1 minus x squared. Now, here's the thing. Something square, what does that tell you?
It's going to be positive.
Positive all the way. It doesn't have no inference. This is negative, positive, 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 negative, negative. So increasing is going to be C. C is a 1. Except I don't think including C. I think that's a better answer. 14. Question 14 is going to be... How much time I have left? Okay. What does this look like? What does this look like? Okay, so what does that look like?
Definition of derivative.
Okay, definition of derivative. That means derivative is 2.637. What does that mean? It's a positive. So that means what? It's increasing. Good. Answer is increasing. And this is H only. Any other question you want me to go over? No other questions? Guys, you gotta be able to do the chain rule and product rule. Please. X plus X minus 1. I see on the tutoring, a lot of people didn't know how to do this. So f prime of x is equal to 3x minus 1 to the 2 times 1 times x plus 4 to the 4 plus x minus 1 to the 3 times 4 times x plus 4 to the 3rd times 1. I'm going to factor out x minus 1 to the square. Factor out x plus 4 to the what? 3rd. And then I'm going to get 3x minus plus 4, I think. And plus 4 times x minus 1, right? So not only you know where is that, you should get 7x equal to 8 and x equal to 8 over 7. And that should be the third one. Ugh. Today is what, Tuesday? What? Why?
Because of senior assembly thing, right?
Gotta
What? What are you talking about? Miss Olsen was talking about it
be
yesterday.
kidding me.
I think you gotta move the test to Friday, that's the one.
No, I'm not going to test it Friday. Test is Thursday. It's the same thing. It's, we are gonna spend time going over
It was like some senior topic.
Oh, really? I think it's okay, but
I wanna.
You want what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
What? Feeling I think
Huh?
I think expanded. Oh,
Friday. What? Yeah, today I will use you. Huh? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna give people to 60 if they did it. But you have to get it correct tonight. You guys missed a drug search. They drug searched my bag. My bag. And everybody else. They searched my bag first before everybody. That was kind of humiliating. Yeah. They did bring the dog. The dog was here. Percocet. Percocet. Oh well. I'm not gonna get fired.
Yeah.
It's always I'm gonna get fired. It's not a matter of. It's a matter of when I'm gonna get fired. Not a matter of when.
Mr. J, don't worry. If they try to come for you, I'll beat you up back. So I'll get in trouble. No, I don't want to try to come back. No more chance out.
Okay, anybody want to shout out to Maddie? Except Vincent, because Vincent's kind of hostile.
Put it at the end of the video.
Yeah,
That's even.
yeah.
Nobody watches this. Oh, like once he's done talking about content,
Who's friend with Maddie? Huh? Kaiwan, you want to give a shout out to?
Here, let's see what Chase thinks. Chase, is this a better watch face? Or it's Snoopy?
Why not?
I know. And then Chase,
You want to give a shout out to Maddie?
Snoopy watch face. Alright, Chase,
Hey, Maddie. Hey, Maddie. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying Europe.
I would rather have anything other than this, but this one's gonna be so much more.